Yeah. Right. Hello, I'm Adam Smith. I've been asked to answer some questions that people have sent in. I'm at the BFI, and so I'm going to answer these questions. The first one is from someone called "You're Too Fat to Make Porn." I'm sure that's probably not his real name, but "You're Too Fat to Make Porn." Hello. Which of the video segments from Don't Think Further are you most proud of? I think I really like the bits in Don't Think that aren't typical concert footage stuff. So the bits when we go away from the gig and we projected various images from the visuals onto flags and the floor, and the audience at the Fuji Rock Festival kind of reacted to it, and we got some really nice unexpected reactions. And we also filmed a robot that's part of the visuals. We took a few robots out there and filmed them around the festival. And there was also a section with a girl running around the festival, which is meant to be, in the film, she's watching the gig and she kind of closes her eyes, and it's that moment at a gig when you close your eyes and you think of something else, so it's kind of in her head. I'm really pleased with those bits because they feel like they're a bit different to a normal concert film, but I also would have liked to have done more of that stuff. So I hope that answers your question. And now we've got a question from Psychedelic574. Is Don't Think going to come out in DVD Blu-ray anytime soon? That would be great. Yes, it is. I think they're doing the press release today. It's coming out in March, but yeah, it will be. So that's Psychedelic574 answered. Guy Chupin, Guchupin. I don't know how you pronounce Guchupin, but hello. If you were to direct a feature film, what genre would it be? I haven't got a particular genre that I'm, really want to make. There's all sorts of films I'd like to make, and they're in all sorts of different genres. So there isn't a particular thing. There's a period piece that I'm working on called Dope Girls. We got the rights to a book called Dope Girls, and I'm developing that with Film 4. There's a wonderful writer called Polly Stenham, and that's about the kind of club scene in the early 1920s, just after they criminalised cocaine and opium. So there was this kind of mad, not dissimilar to the whole acid house thing happening in underground clubs in London, and so that's a kind of a period rave film. If I don't know, that maybe that's a new genre. Okay, next up is Tallulah Twinkle. That's a nice name, Tallulah Twinkle. Hello, Tallulah Twinkle. Where exactly do you get inspiration from? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Is it from the music that you create those wonderful visuals, or is it something else? Question mark, question mark, question mark. What's your biggest influence? Again, 3 question marks. Tallulah Twinkle loves a triple question mark, which is nice. It's good. So inspiration, yeah, you're right, Tallulah Twinkle. It comes from the music, always, in a way that someone was asking me recently if Don't Think's got a narrative, and it hasn't really got a narrative, but the music has got, it kind of takes you on a journey of emotions through joy and fear, and so that is the narrative. And yeah, I listened to Ed and Tom giving the music quite a lot in advance of the shows, and listen to it and see how it inspires, really. And then sometimes we'll have an idea that we'll have seen something like, there's this mad stuff called ferrofluid that is like it's like liquid metal, and we saw some of that and thought, oh, we must use that for visuals, because I do the visuals now for the last 3 tours with Marcus Lyle, and he and I might have a few things that, oh, we really want to use that technique of like super slow motion, or but then there's some ideas that never make it to the show because they didn't really work out. Like, we had an idea on further that we shot, which was a pair of wellies with a load of water in it and explosives, and then the wellies kind of blew up and the water just fired out the top of the wellies, and it didn't work. It didn't look that good, so we didn't use it. So what's your biggest influence? Well, Tallulah Twinkle, it is the music, I suppose. That's for the Chemical Brothers. But I mean, as well, there's other, in Further there was, you know, the horse is very much in the style of the kind of futurist and Bauhaus things. So we look for inspiration in all sorts of different places, and as varied as possible. And then Swoon, which is the visuals of the boy and the girl and kind of silhouettes, that they're silhouetted and then there's textures inside. That was, we were looking at the trailer for Love Story for that, even though you'd watch the visuals for Swoon and you'd be like, well, how are you doing that? But we wanted it to be this kind of abstracted love story. Okay, so next up is Yoshi Nibble 123. These are great, these names, aren't they? Hello, Yoshi Nibble 123. As Chemical Brothers have composed the film Hannah, do you think it's likely that in future they might compose something for Doctor Who? Maybe, I guess so. But I think Doctor Who, and the composer for Doctor Who is Murray Gold, who I can't see that changing because he's been doing it a long time, and I think Stephen Moffat, who's the main writer, really loves what he does. And but yeah, I mean, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Chemical Brothers redoing the Doctor Who theme. I think Orbital did a version of the Doctor Who theme. Okay, so that's that. Yoshi Nibble 123. And Anthony W. Johnson. This is a more straightforward name. Hello, Anthony W. Johnson. Were you inspired by any stories from the original Doctor Who series? I wasn't a huge, you know, I've got a bit of a confession. I wasn't a massive Doctor Who buff before I did Doctor Who. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to love the title sequence because I guess it was a bit like visuals, really. So I wasn't. I hope that isn't some great disappointment. I just got sent the script for the first episode with Matt Smith, and I just fell in love with this. It was like a fairy tale, really, the script, the first 20 minutes of the script, and the idea of working with Matt and of doing something which has got such a great heritage, Doctor Who, and trying to make it a bit different and new. Hope that answers the question. Thanks very much.